Good morning, good morning. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I'm very happy this morning. I got Starbucks, which is not my normal go-to morning thing, but this morning I felt like it was needed. So I ran in a different place and then I headed here straight afterwards. How are you doing this morning? If you're jumping on, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me all right. The dark mornings are in. I say dark mornings, like my alarm goes off at 5:30 and it started to be dark at 5:30. What is that all about? But actually, it's still okay to get up. It's still okay to get up because the weather isn't too bad. Good morning, Maren. Good morning, Emma. I'm in Starbucks. Look. For me, that's happy. For me, that's happiness. I know not everyone feels like that, but for me, it's a happy place to be in Starbucks. Lou, yeah, no to darkness already. I know. How are you feeling this morning anyway? Give me a number out of 10 this morning. I was about 5 when I woke up. But I've quickly turned that around. So yeah, the mornings are like not so long ago. I was getting up at like 5:30 and it was light. But now I have to put the light on. It's still August. I hate that. I hate that, but I'm not going to let it deter me. Um, I'm not going to let it hold me back. I'm not a lover of the shit weather, it's fair to say. Marin is a 9. That's epic, Marin. What got you to a 9? Just life, living, breathing. Let me know how you're feeling this morning. Like I said, I was about 5 when I woke up. I'm still tired. Look at these eyes. It's not a good look. I took a photo of myself a minute ago, quickly deleted that. Do you ever do that? You're like, oh yeah, this is a this is a good pose. Look at it and you're like, delete. That was me. Delete, delete. Yeah, so feeling a little bit tired, but I did a lot of writing in my journal this morning. I'm not going to lie, I cried myself to sleep last night. And I had never before, like 52 years of my life, I'd never admitted some of this stuff. Um, but I had a proper blab last night. After I journaled and all sorts of stuff and tried to sort my shit out. And yesterday was like a weird day for me. And lots of good things happening. Been asked to speak on a podcast in America on Wednesday, so my first international appearance on a podcast. So that's really good. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really happy about that. And BBC Radio Sussex got in touch and want me to go back on the radio on Thursday, so that's really bloody awesome. And but I didn't have to, but yesterday we went and picked up my dad's ashes, dropped off all his clothes, which we bagged up on Sunday, and took them to Marlot's charity. Went to the hospice and dropped off some gifts and a card to the staff there. And then my mum, my sister, and my niece, we all went and had lunch. So it was a bit of a, whilst I wasn't upset whilst doing it, I think when I got home, I just felt really drained and tried to do some work, did about an hour's work, and then just felt a bit nah, and I think it just caught up with me by the end of the day. Marin's happy because she's going on her hollypops. Where are you going? I'm going on holiday on Sunday. I am going to Lanzarote. All being well, anything could happen, could it, overnight? So at the moment, I'm going to Lanzarote on Sunday. Can't freaking wait. Cocktails, definite sunshine. My friends are out there already. My best friend is coming with me. So it's going to be a good week. Emma, I'm a 6. I have a banging headache. I'm just trying to drink as much water as possible. Yeah, get outside, drink some water, move your body, and see if you can shift it and get some. I saw your comment, Emma, before, and I think you said you were struggling a little bit, but I think you have to go back to basics when you're struggling like that. this is just my opinion. All of this shit is just my opinion. But you have to go back to basics when you're feeling like that. What I call them is body basics, or my friend Viv labeled my shit as body basics. And so, you've got to give yourself a bit of a stock check of your body and your mental fitness, your physical fitness, and what you're drinking, what you're eating, how much sleep are you getting, how much water are you drinking, what are you associating with, who are you associating with, what are you ingesting with your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. Those are crucial things, I think, believe, to just go back to basics when you're feeling shit and you're struggling with routine and stuff like that. Thank you, Emma. That's very sweet of you. So, if you're on this morning, how you doing in Joey style? So yeah, like last night, like I said, I felt a bit shit. But obviously, I don't like feeling shit. Don't want to feel shit for very long. I really, really don't. Um, and so I had a few sort of like negative things go through my head, even though I had a couple of really great things yesterday, the podcast in the States, the BBC radio again. Um, and it happens, right? It doesn't matter how much you work on yourself, how deep you go on yourself, how much you work on your personal development. I am only human. We are only human. We are all imperfect. We all struggle at times. We all have to dig a bit deeper. And I did some reframing about some stuff last night. I allowed myself to cry about my dad. I allowed myself to cry about some other things. Um, yeah, because sometimes when you, even with the best will in the world, when you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to say the right thing and you're trying, yeah, some people will not always see things how you see them. And you have to accept that. And I think I was struggling to accept that a little bit last night, if I'm honest with myself. Tried my best, I've tried my hardest, I'm trying to do the right thing, but some people will always see it as though you're being difficult. And that's because their lens is different to your lens. They see the world completely different. So I, I, I thought about my dog Teddy last night because he died in February. And I was thinking about my dad. I was just thinking about all this loss. And when you just get in that little spiral, so I had to do a lot of reframing. But I also allowed myself to cry a lot of tears. So I kind of just sharing that for you guys to say it's okay. I never used to cry. For 52 years, I didn't bloody cry hardly at all. And now I'm crying all the time. But my best friend says there are never any wasted tears. I think she's right because I feel better for having that good old blood last night. Um, but I really dug deep last night, and sometimes, and I was thinking about how hard things are. Like I've had so many messages, and a friend messaged me yesterday saying, "Oh my God, you're doing amazing things. You're doing so well. It's great to see you out there flying and blah 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 blah," which is lovely. Thank you for the message if you're watching. But everything isn't always as it seems. Everything, I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys. Obviously, I wouldn't have told you about last night if I was. But people's perception of what's going on from social media, from whatever, they're seeing it through their lens. They're seeing what they want to see. We all look at things differently. Yes, I'm doing some great things. I'm impacting some lives, which is my absolute dream. Absolute dream. And I had a conversation with Pauline Orhi last night. If you don't know who she is, go check her out. When I asked Les Brown, who was up there, the top number one person he conversed with, he said Pauline Orhi. She lives in Hawaii, and last night we had a Zoom chat. So I think might be doing something with her in Hawaii. Well, not in Hawaii at the moment, but and that was just an amazing conversation. So that was another amazing thing. But I still went to bed and I cried, and I still had a few negative things that I had to deal with, and I still felt like it was a struggle. And people think you're flying and everything's all hunky dory, and lots of things are hunky dory, and I'm really grateful for them. But it's not. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy, and sometimes you have to really focus on digging deep and just use. Sometimes determination is all you got. And that's what I felt like last night, that actually my determination right now is all I've got. Trying to reframe and be optimistic and get through that difficult, how I was feeling last night. And I woke up this morning with determination to go again and again, because I value what I'm doing, I value the impact, I value the um, inspiring other people and helping other people. When people message me and say, you helped me today, you stopped me doing this, you helped me do that, I value that, and that's what I love, and that's what keeps me going. Whether I get paid for it or not, I will still freaking do it because I love it. It's my passion, and my determination to have a bigger impact, inspire more people, is what really helped me through last night and got me out of bed this morning. And now I'm back to, let's crack on. Let's crack the fuck on. So sometimes determination is all you got. So you've got to work on your determination. You've got to work on that, digging deep and just thinking, and helping your determination is thinking about what it is you're doing and why you're doing it and how it makes you feel. Who are you serving? How does it make you feel? Is it lighting you up? Does it make you passionate? And just because I love what I do and it makes me passionate doesn't mean it's easy. Doesn't mean I rock up every day and it's freaking easy to do. I'm sharing with you. I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you it's all hunky-dory. And that's why, like, when I got that message yesterday, it's like, yes, I'm putting myself out there. I'm finally doing the things that I want to do. But is it easy? No. Am I making a load of money? No. Am I, absolutely flying? No. Am I having to work hard? Yes. Am I having to dig deep? Yes. Am I having to be determined? Yes. Am I willing to do that? 100% yes. So if you have a goal, if you have a dream, there will be days when it's hard, really hard, or just times like, because life happens, like, my marriage broke down, my dog died, my dad died, all of these things, stuff, life, it's going to happen. And when those things come along, how are you going to cope? Building your resilience, building your determination. And those things really work best when you're focusing on your passions and you're doing the things that you really should be doing with your life. Because when you're not doing the shit that you really are not passionate about and don't want to be, when other things come into your life, you're completely fucking derailed. Like I say, this is just all my opinion, guys. Merrin, you are at home. You got the girls with you. How old are they now? Devon. Oh, you'll have to go and see Sophie. She's in Devon. So that'll be nice. Anyway, Lorraine, your honesty is refreshingly awesome. Keeping it real is part of you. Always be kind to you. Emotional overload at this time is so friggin' natural, but you're being you is all you can be. Yeah. Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Sandra. How are you feeling this morning? You are doing amazing, by the way. You're walking. You're up in those levels of walking is incredible. You see, you just never know what you're quite capable of, do you? We limit ourselves as human beings. I really believe that. We really limit ourselves, and we're capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. When we get the right encouragement, when we get the right support, when we get around the right people, and we get determined, it's incredible what we can achieve and what we can do. Emma, you can't please everyone. No, you can't. It's taken me a long time to realise that. At the end of the day, we only have one life and we have to do whatever makes us happy. People assume things all the time and chat amongst themselves, but you do you. You're doing fantastically well. Thank you, Emma. That's really kind of you. Yeah, and what a lot of what you've just written there is what I'm all about. I do me, but I'm human, and things do bother me and get to me. But I don't dwell on them. I don't allow it to drag me down. I have done in the past, but I'm determined not to now and in my future. And I strongly urge you to do that as well. I had my little pity party. Plus, like I said, I did have an emotional day, although I didn't recognise it at the time. And I'm a deep thinker. It's not like, my sister's breezing on by all of this. I don't mean breezing on by. I don't mean that's a bit mean. It's hard for her as well. But she's like my mum, very stoic. I'm really resilient, but I'm a deep thinker. I'm thinking deeply about my dad, a lot more about where he is And I know he's not here, and please don't give me any stupid comment. I know he's not fucking here. He's a bag of ashes now. And I picked that up yesterday, and it's just weird, like holding him in a box, and then in the bag is the grains of him. And just getting my head around that. And I'm a deep thinker, like I said, so I have to think about that. Like I had to look up and understand what happens when someone gets cremated. Whereas my sister's like, ooh, why'd you do that? But I'm a deep thinker, and I think about these things. It takes time to process and try and understand. And I guess maybe I'm processing it all, and I'm dealing with it all. This is all different phases, you know. My dad unwell for so long, him wanting to die, and then the 12 days of, you know, watching him die, and then him dying, and then, you know, the funeral, and now the ashes, and now we've got to scatter his ashes down in Dorset next month. And I think when that's done, maybe I'll be like, I'm allowing myself to have, you know, to have a sigh of relief and breathing space. But I think when that's done, then we'll have done everything that he asked. Um, and then he definitely is resting in peace and where he wants to be. So I'll be glad when that is done next month. Um, I'm just rambling. I'm just sharing my shit with you right now. So you probably just want to go about your day. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I love you. I'm just sharing my shizzle and how it's making me feel. And maybe it might help somebody who's going through loss at the moment. There's all different kinds of losses, isn't there? We all deal with it differently. There's no right or wrong way. Somebody did try and tell me how I should be feeling, and I'm like, no, I'll deal with it my way. Thank you. um, and I'm just rocking up every day, determined to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep offering value, to keep having impact, to keep inspiring. And I'm hoping I'm doing those things, and being determined that one day things will take off in the direction that I really want them to. But in the meantime, I'm doing it anyway, whether I get paid to do it or not. I will do it because I love it. I'm passionate about helping people. You know, when people send me messages of, you know, I had one the other night, and somebody messaging me late into the night, and I get that a fair bit. Um, but I'll always do it. I'll always try and help because I've been in those dark places, and I know what it's like when you're in a really dark place, and it can come out of nowhere. It builds up and it builds up, and then you hit a dark spot. You actually, you know, when you reach out for help, which I'm always encouraging people to do, ask for help, ask for help, ask for help. Keep asking until you get it. Ask for help. You need that help now. You need someone to pick up the phone now. You need someone to text you back now. Not tomorrow morning, not in 4 hours. That's one thing that I found when I've needed help in the past. It's like, no, I need you to act now. I need this now. It's like urgent. And so when someone messaged me in the night the other night, for some reason I looked at my phone, don't normally, and I was just messaging backwards and forwards because I know that for that person, they might have needed that help right there and then, and I wasn't going to wait till tomorrow morning to reply. I guess that was just lucky that time. Um, so yeah, if you need help, just ask for help, but keep asking till you get it, and get it, and get it, and keep asking, keep asking. Do not give up. There we go, talking about determination again, right? Determination to survive. Determination to survive. We can't always thrive. We wish we could. We wish we could always be happy. We wish we could always thrive. But sometimes you just have to survive, and that's enough. It's enough for now, just to get by. Right, I'm definitely rambling. I'm going to go, and I wish you all a happy Tuesday. I'm very happy. I've had Starbucks. I've got Starbucks to go. I've had a run. I'm feeling about a 7, 8 out of 10 now. Merrin, you are so right about derailment and doing what you enjoy, making it more bearable. We still have my mum in a box. We scattered some of her on the river. We still have my cat Charlie on the mantelpiece, also in a box. It's a strange concept, isn't it? It's weird, right? I have my dad. Obviously, we picked him up in a big box. Um, and I have some of his ashes, and it's now in a box, little wooden box on my little shrine. I never thought I'd have a shrine to anything or anyone. And that's got me thinking, like, I'm having little deep thoughts about that. Because I, like, I've been to Bali and Thailand, and I love, especially Bali, where they have a lot of shrines and things like that. And I kind of liked that, but thought it was a bit weird. And I've thought about that a lot, and I've studied a little bit of Buddhism. Now I have like almost a shrine is just a few things that you have that remind you of somebody, or And so now on one of my bookshelves, in front of the books, I have one of my dad's bow ties, his cufflinks, his tie pin, and a little box of his ashes. Um, and I've got his hat hanging on the wall, and that's my little shrine to my dad. So it is weird, but it's not scary. You wonder how you'll feel about these things. You wonder how you know, how you will cope, how you will go on after you lose certain things or certain people. Because sometimes you feel like you can't, but you can, and you find ways to cope and to manage. Um, and it is weird having him on a shelf in a little box. But I talk to him every night at the moment, talking to him a lot, and maybe that's weird as well. He's still not frigging answering. Wish he would. Where's my divine intervention? Maren, yep, I have a little shrine too. It all helps. Yeah, it does. It does. All right, guys, I wish you a happy Wednesday. No, fuck, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'll see you all later.